Traveling to and around the African continent is a dream many travel enthusiasts have. From stunning beaches with perfect year-round weather conditions to incredible landscapes and wildlife, the continent, with its 54 countries, has so much to offer to every traveler. Africa may not always register on the average traveler's radar, but those who visit have the chance to experience the perfect blend of ancient and modern, wild and urban, and east and west. To help you start planning your adventure, we are going to talk about top 5 destination spots in Africa. Number 5. Marrakesh, Morocco. Beautiful Marrakesh in Morocco makes for the perfect introduction to this fascinating North African country that can actually be accessed via an overnight ferry from southern Spain. Marrakesh is located in western Morocco and is the country's 4th largest city and home. The walled Medina here dates back to the Berber Empire. Spend a day wandering its maze-like streets filled with souks selling everything from spices to jewelry to brightly colored traditional clothing and slippers. With a Moorish minaret that is part of the city skyline, Koutoubia Mosque is one of the top attractions in Marrakesh, dating back to the 12th century. For a different perspective of this vibrant, chaotic, and very lovable city, book a hot air balloon ride for early morning. You'll watch the sun set the rooftops ablaze as you float above Marrakesh. Number 4. Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe and Zambia. Visit Victoria Falls during the rainy seasons, when the water volume is high, and you'll understand why locals call this impressive waterfall the smoke that thunders. The sound of water rushing over rock before dropping into a pool some 300+ feet below sounds like the roll of thunder, and the mist that spews back up resembles thick smoke. Protected as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Victoria Falls is on the mighty Zambezi River and creates the border between Zimbabwe and Zambia. The waterfall is not only impressive for its dramatic drop but also for its length, which creates a 1.7-kilometer long curtain of water as it drops. For the best views of the falls in full, you'll want to explore the Zimbabwe side, where you can follow a walking trail to various viewpoints. On the Zambia side, you can get very close to the falls themselves and, if you're brave enough, even take a dip in Devil's Pool, which literally sits at the top of the falls before they tumble down. Number 3. Pyramids of Giza, Egypt. Watching the sun rise or set over the pyramids of Giza in Egypt from the back of a camel is an experience you'll never forget. The pyramids and the Great Sphinx date back to the 26th century BCE and are Egypt's most iconic attractions. The pyramids of Giza are easy to access from Egypt's capital and largest city, Cairo, which is equally fascinating to visit. Set on the banks of the Nile River, Cairo is a chaotic and buzzy place that appears to never slow down, even in the dead of night. Here, ancient history meets a modern metropolis and there is much to see and do, with a visit to the Egyptian Museum at the top of most lists. Book one of the higher floor rooms at the Fairmont Nile City for sweeping views of the river and the pyramids of Giza in the distance. Number 2. Zanzibar, Tanzania. A visit to Zanzibar feels like stepping into another world, one where time stands still, and the only city, Stone Town, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The island in the Indian Ocean just off the coast of Tanzania is a place where Arab dhows still ply the picture-perfect turquoise sea, and you can get lost in the beauty of Stone Town, wandering its narrow alleys past old mosques, vibrant bazaars, and riads with intricately carved doorways. Away from the hustle of the city, the rest of the island is filled with gorgeous beaches where days are spent lazing on white sand or snorkeling and diving in the colorful coral reefs surrounding the island. These are still teeming with life and home to more than 500 marine species. Nungwi, at the northern tip of the island, is a favorite beach destination. There are a number of hotels here. Number 1. Cape Town, South Africa. One of the most beloved destinations on the continent, Cape Town sits at the southern tip of South Africa, near where the Atlantic Ocean and Indian Ocean meet at the Cape of Good Hope. It is a culturally rich and visually stunning city that is very easy to fall in love with on a first visit. Table Mountain rises from the center of the city, while the striking 12 Apostle rock formations beyond provide the backdrop for gorgeous white sand beaches, like Clifton and Camps Bay, along its Atlantic Ocean coastline. There is so much to see and do in Cape Town. There are active adventures, like hiking to the top of Lion's Head to watch the sunrise. And important historic explorations, like taking a somber trip to Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was a political prisoner for 27 years before the apartheid regime fell. The city is also home to a plethora of museums, galleries, local boutiques, and world-class restaurants and hotels. You'll want to spend some time exploring the Victoria and Alfred waterfront, as well as the downtown around Long Street and Green Market Square. Slightly further afield, you can see African wild penguins at Boulders Beach or learn to surf in the beach town suburb of Muizenberg.